This mayor from Georgia is facing 75 criminal charges.
New information tonight. The mayor of Pineview was arrested and charged with 75 counts of theft by taking.
And then we have this councilman who was caught by police sleeping in his car doing this.
A city councilman caught asleep behind the wheel with a crack pipe in his hand.
Let's talk about it. This is Mayor Brandon Holt of the good city of Pineview, Georgia. Now, he was elected in 2019 with a commitment to help serve his community. Now, 3 years into this mayor's term, things went crazy. In 2022, Holt was arrested on 2 felony counts of theft by deception and 9 counts of identity fraud.
Holt is accused of identity fraud and theft by deception in Macon-Bibb for using an account and routing number belonging to Macon Asphalt Company to make fraudulent payments to his own account.
Okay, so that's the start of this story. But the mayor, that's not his only legal issues. He's actually been arrested again on 75 counts of theft.
New information tonight. The mayor of Pineview was arrested and charged with 75 counts of theft by taking. That's according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Wilcox County Sheriff and District Attorney asked the GBI to investigate allegations that 34-year-old Brandon Holt misappropriated city funds. Holt was booked into the Wilcox County Jail on January 16th. He has since been released on bond.
Now, obviously, the mayor had to respond to these two issues. He's been arrested for stealing from a company, and now he's been arrested again from stealing from the city. So here's what the mayor had to say about these allegations.
What I'm thinking most people want to know is basically the charges and allegations that has been brought against me.
During a tensely quiet Pineview City Council meeting Tuesday evening, Mayor Brandon Holt also had little to say. On January 22nd, the GBI arrested Holt on 75 counts of theft by taking. The GBI was brought in to investigate back in October after allegations Holt had stolen money from the city.
Those are just what I stated. Those are allegations.
Holt wouldn't answer questions about his pending charges.
Yes.
What do you make of all this?
Yeah, I think all the citizens are very disturbed about this, and they want something done.
Pineview City Attorney David Morgan admits this isn't the only trouble to come Holt's way in recent months.
Has there been any identification of who shot up his mother's house just around the corner from here?
Not that I know of.
So yeah, you heard that right. Someone shot up the mayor's mother's home after these arrests were made. Here's the news report.
New tonight, for the second time in about 3 months, someone fired shots into the home of Pineview Mayor Brandon Holt. That's according to Wilcox County Sheriff Jeff Wessel. He says the most recent incident happened early this morning at the home where Holt lives with his mother. Wessel says no one was hurt.
Now, with all this going down, the mayor's been indicted twice. One from stealing from a company, the other from stealing from the city. 86 counts, 86 criminal counts, and he's got drive-by shootings happening at his house. This was, again, the second drive-by shooting that targeted his house. Now, none of this bothered the mayor. Even though he was facing all these charges, he wasn't going to resign or anything. He had a town to run. But the governor of the good state of Georgia said, hold on, this guy sounds like a lunatic, and we have to make sure he's not running any town in the state of Georgia.
Well, Pineview Mayor Brandon Holt is now suspended from office following his indictment on theft charges. Holt was charged with multiple felony counts of theft by taking after being investigated for misuse of funds. Governor Brian Kemp issued an executive order late last night suspending Holt from office after a commission reviewed the indictment.
So now, if you thought that was crazy, a mayor with 86 counts of theft, let me introduce you to this councilman who was caught smoking crack in his car by police and was arrested for first-degree child molestation.
Cranston police releasing body camera footage of the moments leading up to when a city councilor is arrested for possession of crack cocaine.
Just got back into this.
Councilman Matt Riley is seen passed out in the front seat of his vehicle Monday morning, found by an officer who jolts him awake. He's then searched and the officer looks inside his wallet to find his city council badge.
Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes, yes. I was just on my way back from court.
And says an ambulance is on the way.
Well, a rescue's gonna come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hand.
All right, so before we get into the story about this councilman who's obviously got some issues, I want to tell you about my new partnership with D. Miller and Associates PLLC. Now, over the past couple of years, I get tons of messages from fans who say they need a lawyer. And as my channel grew, those requests also grew in number. So I decided to actively look to partner with a law firm who could help represent people in need of legal services. Now, the criteria I was looking for was a firm that had a tremendous amount of experience, they got great results for their clients, and they can take care of clients nationwide. And I found a fantastic partner in D. Miller and Associates PLLC. Now, when it comes to experience, they've handled over 52,000 cases nationally, recovered over $500 million for their clients. And their successes have been covered all over the media. Now, if you suffered a personal injury from something like a car accident or from someone being negligent, we can help. Now, one of the biggest concerns I always hear when people reach out to me for legal help is the cost of talking to a lawyer. Now, in this case, the consultation is free, the advice is free, and you don't pay unless we win your case. Now, you can visit us by clicking the link in the description or pinned comment, or you can call us at 571-NATE-LAW. That's 571-NATE-LAW. Now, you guys deserve the best. That's why I partnered with D. Miller and Associates PLLC. Operators are standing by. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, let me give you a quick refresher on what the story is that we're covering.
A city councilman caught asleep behind the wheel with a crack pipe in his hand. This is in Rhode Island. A concerned passerby saw him and called police. Even officers seemed shocked by what they found.
You're a councilman in Cranston, smoking crack with crack on you. What do you think the constituents would say?
So that's right. This city councilman was found in his car, passed out with a crack pipe in his hand. Now, police searched the vehicle because they have him sitting there with a crack pipe in his hand, and they found this.
Well, a rescue's gonna come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hand, so it's like...
Riley first tells police there's no drugs in the vehicle, but when police search it, they reportedly found crack cocaine inside. Riley later admitted that he purchased $100 worth the day prior.
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
Now calls are growing for the Republican councilman's resignation. City Council President Jessica Marino and Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins.
I am calling on him publicly to resign from his position as the city councilman in Ward 6.
So now the councilman, who happens to also be an attorney, resigned.
Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins announced Thursday morning that City Councilman Matthew Riley has officially stepped down from his position. Riley, who's 41 years old, was arrested on Monday after an officer said they found him unconscious in his car after allegedly smoking crack cocaine.
So the councilman was charged for possession, his law license was suspended, and he resigned. You would think that's the end of the story, but a month later, he was arrested again.
A former Cranston city councilman has been arrested for the second time in less than a month, this time for allegedly sexually assaulting a minor. Matthew Riley was arraigned today in Kent County District Court on 3 felony charges. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni was in court for the arraignment and joins us now with the developments. Anita?
Well, Kayla, the sexual abuse and child molestation charges Matthew Riley is facing in his latest arrest stem from an incident police say involves a 12-year-old girl who is not related to the former Cranston city councilman.
The now former councilman was given a $10,000 bond and released, but he was then caught violating the terms of his bond.
Former Cranston City Councilman Matthew Riley admitting to violating the bail he was given back in October for an alleged child molestation. He's been held at the ACI since December 7th as a result of that, and he'll now remain there until the end of the month. Matthew Riley back in Providence Superior Court Friday morning to admit to a judge he violated his bail after being arrested on child molestation charges. This morning, Riley admitting he violated his bail and the judge sentencing him to 50 days in the ACI with time served after he first landed in prison on December 7th, meaning Riley will remain behind bars until January 26th. His previous $10,000 bail bumped up to $20,000, and the disgraced councilman also agreed to enter the Butler outpatient program upon his release and receive drug screens every 2 weeks, while also remaining under home confinement.
Now, the crazy part about these stories is both these public officials are looking at decades in prison. One's facing 86 charges in Georgia and the other one is facing child molestation charges in Rhode Island. And more likely than not, you've never heard of any of these stories. That's because most people don't really care what happens at the local level. That gives us people like Tiffany Hinyard in Dalton, Illinois, who's literally taking the town hostage, and the FBI is coming in there to try to figure it out. But now, at the end of the day, what do you think should happen to this mayor and this councilman? They're looking at decades in prison for some pretty serious crimes. Now, obviously, these are all allegations and everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But with that said, let me know what you feel in the comments section. My name is Nate the Lawyer. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.